Welcome to Not Roommates, the podcast by three guys that are not roommates, but very well could be. I'm your host, Zach Harper, and I'm joined by my two colleagues, co-hosts, swag friends, Dalton Bradley and Matthew Hanish. What's going on, guys?
We chilling, hanging out.
Doing great. It's Friday afternoon. My spring break.
Dude.
My last spring break ever, probably.
You guys are getting a
Kinda
spring
weird to
break?
think about it. Yeah, it starts today and then it goes till whatever a week is. But
Right.
I still have so much crap to do over spring break. One of my teachers assigned 2 chapters for us to read and a bunch
the
of other
fuck?
homework. I'm like, bruh, it's spring break. You think I'm gonna look at that
That's
shit?
some
Hell no.
Yeah,
That's
you're
some
going to
BS, dude.
Miami.
No, I'm not like our boy Ryan. I would love to go to Miami one day, but unfortunately, I will
I feel
be
like
staying
Miami would be
here.
super chill.
Miami would be chill. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I feel like it would be like a super just I feel like everybody's like super laid back when they're not at the clubs there. You know what I
Bro,
mean? Like they're just
the
like, we're
whole
at
city is a
Miami.
club.
Florida,
true.
Florida man, and
The
they got a lot
whole
of Florida
city is a
man.
club.
Dude,
Yeah.
Florida, man, I just never could
can't-
wrap my head around the stuff that just comes out of Florida. It's just crazy. Like you just can't make some of that stuff up. I just love it. That's literally we've talked about that before on the podcast, right?
Yeah.
We've gone through some Florida man highlights and headlines and stuff. I'll just do that for fun sometimes. I mean, it's just
You just
I
type
can't
Florida man in
comprehend.
on Twitter,
yeah,
start scrolling. Dude, it's so
Google
fucking much.
whatever works, man. Yeah. Honestly. I mean, it's they're really on something. They're high on something and I don't think it's life.
Bath
but
salts.
Bath salts.
I
They're
mean,
high on
yeah.
the killing the. They eat the pythons that they kill out there, right? And they eat
Yeah.
them.
And the
That's what I
meth
heard.
gators.
We
Yeah,
going
that too.
we going python hunting.
Did y'all see so I don't remember what year this happened, but I saw a thing on Lights Camera Barstool that Elizabeth Banks is funding or like EPing a narrative film about the Coke bear.
The
Really?
Coke bear?
Yeah,
Like
so
the
there was
Coca-Cola bear.
no.
Yeah.
There
Oh.
was a grizzly bear at some point in history. I don't remember if it's like in the last 10 years or last like 30 years, but there was a bear that ate like 70 pounds of pure rock cocaine.
God.
For real?
Yeah,
Wow.
How
because
quick
a-
did
a
that
s-
thing die?
I don't know. I think it like went on a straight up tear through the woods.
Oh God, did it just kill
That's
everything in
insane.
sight?
I don't know what exactly happened, but
Dude, I bet you it was just like, ooh, elk, I'm gonna go murder his
Elk,
ass.
yeah.
Ooh, bird, I'm gonna murder his
Yeah.
ass. Oh, hiker, I'm gonna murder its ass. Like,
70 pounds, and it was all
There's no
brick
stopping.
and stuff too.
there's no stopping something like that.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see more about it, and I need to do a little bit of research on the topic.
Coke
But
bear.
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, it was supposedly a smuggler dropped it out of a plane
Oh,
because the plane was gonna be checked by customs whenever
was it like
landed.
one of those planes that was coming in from Colombia or something?
I think so.
I
Colombia
think
or
I've
Mexico.
heard something along that before.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm
that
gonna
stuff
Google
is
it real quick and see if I can
crazy.
get more info
I
on
didn't
it.
even know that was a thing. What you said this was many years ago, or was it fairly? recent?
Let me find out. Elizabeth Banks Coke bear.
I'm
I
just
thought
Yeah,
you were
gonna
okay,
talking about the
so-
Coca-Cola bear.
So
'cause-
the true story behind the cocaine bear. This is a Rolling Stone article.
Oh, okay.
it's
The film
Rolling
is
Stone
supposedly
reported.
the film is supposedly based on a real life account of a narcotics cop turned cocaine smuggler. And okay, so if there's anything people on the internet love more than cute animals, it's tales of drug-induced depravity. So Variety reported that Elizabeth Banks's upcoming project would focus heavily on a bear involved in a botched drug smuggling operation, and people on social media reacted like crazy. Let me scroll down a little
I
bit.
mean, fair enough.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Okay, yeah. The film, which aptly has the working title right now, Cocaine Bear, is reportedly based on a true story of a convicted drug smuggler who died while parachuting from a plane carrying an extremely heavy load of drugs. The unfortunate bear in question happened to chance upon 40 containers of it and died of an overdose.
Okay. Wait, so
40
where did they
containers?
drop it? It was in Mexico?
The story of the Cocaine Bear starts with the tale of Andrew Carter Thornton, a son of Kentucky horse breeders who became an Air Force officer, a Purple Heart recipient, and then a narcotics officer. He resigned from the police force, and this happened in the late 70s, early 80s.
So it's Pablo
it's,
Escobar. That's Pablo Escobar.
Pablo. Yeah,
Pablito.
100%.
Let's see.
Pablo
In
Escobar was
91, the
coking up
officer was arrested for attempting
whole
to steal
world.
guns from a base in California, and then attempting to traffic 1,000 pounds of pot.
Jesus.
Let's see.
1,000 pounds,
Dude, that's a
Holy
lot.
That's
is
so
a lot.
much. Oh my
Oh shit! Oh shit! Thornton's days of drug smuggling was far from over. On September 11th, 1985, his body was found in a driveway in Knoxville, Tennessee, wearing a parachute and carrying 77 pounds of cocaine, which was later valued to be worth about $14 million.
Dude, so he coked up a Tennessee bear.
Yeah, bro, this is, you know what's even crazier about this? We were in Gatlinburg for my graduation and saw a fucking grizzly bear.
Bro, there ain't no grizzly bears out there.
I swear to God, bro. My aunt
Hell
has footage
no.
of it. He was walking through the parking lot.
Bro, there's only
there's
grizzly bears.
bears everywhere. There's
No.
grizzly bears everywhere.
Nah,
Yeah.
do a Google search, bro. The only states there's like not even grizzly bears in Colorado anymore, bro. I think they're only in Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho.
I mean, it was like a brownish gray bear.
So yeah, I mean, black bears can be that color. I've definitely
Black
seen
bears
some.
can be that light.
Yeah, no, black bears. Can,
Alaska. Okay, so Alaska, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Washington, and possibly southern Colorado, as well as western Canada.
Southern Colorado, fuck, man. My aunt's cabin's in southern Colorado, and I go
Yeah.
hiking there all the time. Fun.
I actually fun fact about grizzly bears. We don't know if it was a grizzly bear, but it was a big ass bear. When I was 10 years old, our all-star team made the state tournament for New Mexico, and they held the state tournament up in Raton, New Mexico, which is it's like a little old minor town it's the last city before you get into southern
It's like
Colorado.
right before the Colorado border.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
shit.
it's just
sketchy canyon though, right there.
Yeah. Raton. So Raton in Spanish means rat, and Raton, New Mexico it's a rat hole. It's freaking horrible. So one night my grandma, she made a whole bunch of lasagna for our team, and we brought it up to Raton, and one of the parents, they got like a big house. So we had the full team over at the house, and we threw out like the leftover lasagna, or like, no, actually it wasn't leftover lasagna. It was like the trash that had like lasagna bits on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And somebody went to go take out the trash, and then when they took it out the second time, they saw a big ass like bear paw print in the mud.
Oh,
so that
shit.
whole night we were sitting out there on the deck, because the house had like a deck, and we were bear watching. We were trying to see if we could get the bear to come out and like take a picture of
Jeez.
it. That didn't happen, I don't think, but yeah.
Bro,
Bears
there was
scared
one
me, dude.
time when I was in Colorado, Josh and I came within 10 feet of a bear. Like dude, it was one of the scariest things ever, bro. It was just like it was like at the point where it wasn't like a cub, but it was a little older than a cub. Like it's like at the age where it's about to go off on its own. So it was pretty big. But we were like in Estes Park in Colorado, and we were like walking up, gonna go up the mountain and go just do whatever. We were gonna go build a fort, throw some rocks, do some hood shit,
Build a
you know.
fort.
Good shit.
Good shit in the mountains. Yeah. Mountain man shit. You know what I'm saying? But so we're going up, and we're like coming around this cabin, and then this bear's just there. And like Josh screamed so fucking loud that he scared the bear more than than it scared us. Like he probably made that bear piss itself. He
Yeah,
screamed.
if you
so
catch them
loud.
off guard, they're kind of pussies.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do if you encounter a bear. You're supposed to act really loud, because then that scares them, that intimidates them.
Hell no, we didn't do that. Josh just screamed. I was like, oh fuck. We just turned around and ran. We did the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do when you see a bear, bro.
You ain't
And
gonna
then there was-
outrun that bear.
Yeah,
You think
and then there was
he's
some
zigzag.
time my dad and I were like fly fishing, and we almost had a run in with a grizzly, like an actual grizzly bear. We were just like going down to the water. It was like 5 a.m. We're going fishing, and we saw like a mountain lion track on the riverbed, and it was really, really fresh. And we were like, okay, that's kind of sus. That's really sketch. We're not trying to get eaten by a mountain lion. Let's go up the river a little bit. So we went up like 20, 30 yards. And then all of a sudden you just hear this fucking growl, just horrendous roar. It was like straight out of a movie or some shit. So we're like, nope, we're gone. So we got out of there.
Yeah,
My
fuck that.
dad-
I'm
Yeah.
out. I'm out.
My
Yep.
dad went with a fishing guide later on in the day, told the guy the story. He's like, oh yeah, that's a mama grizzly bear that was like probably like letting everything in the area know,
Yeah,
don't
casual.
fuck with me.
Yeah,
He's
it's
just
casual.
casual, like, yeah, just a grizzly bear, nothing
Yeah,
to it.
I was like,
Oh my god.
God damn.
Fuck.
No thanks. No thanks.
We used to go camping all the time, and we had encounters not with bears but raccoons. One night we accidentally left. Dude, we left some food out one night, and there was like 5 raccoons that went through our campsite and just ransacked the whole campsite.
Oh,
It was ridiculous. There was like
those.
food was all on the ground, and they left some stuff, or they obviously didn't get all the food, but there was like
Yeah.
food in. Oh, dude, we had to throw it away, and we're like, hopefully we don't get rabies from the
Yeah, no
remnants of
kidding.
them touching all this stuff. Oh, it was
Dude.
disgusting.
Those things will dead ass rip your face off.
They're kind of
Like-
scary, low key.
I don't
We s-
like when people say that.
We
they're-
shoot them on the farm.
Good.
You have to, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, Dalton just likes anything that involves guns and.
Yeah, no, whenever I was a kid, I used to like some summers I would stay up at my grandparents' house out on the farm in Missouri. And there was one day there was a raccoon running around in like, I mean, it's like a farm backyard, right? So the backyard
yeah.
is fucking humongous. So there's a handful of trees and shit back there. And there was a raccoon that was like running up a tree. And I think this is the fastest I've ever seen my grandpa move. He ran down into the basement and got a 44. And he was like, if you want to watch this, you can watch it. He's like, if not, go inside. So at first I was like, he's got a gun
Yeah.
and I am 9.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go inside.
Yeah.
But as soon as I got in there, I looked out the back window and I watched the whole thing.
Oh,
He
yeah.
popped that motherfucker too.
So that explains why Dalton is the way that
Yeah.
he is. He was traumatized at an early age.
I thought it
wouldn't
was
say
hard.
traumatized. I wouldn't think he was traumatized,
I'm
bro.
just kidding. I'm
But
just
They were
kidding.
doing some hood shit on the farm.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you can't fuck with those raccoons because they'll get into the feed pen and all that shit.
Yeah.
They'll eat all that and fuck it all up. So you got to kill them bastards.
Dude.
Hey, what happens on the farm stays on the farm.
Bro, I
Low
dead
key.
ass. I have a redneck neighbor that lives like behind us. So this guy's named Mike. His name's Michael.
That's my grandpa's
Right.
name.
It must be something with the name, right? Dude, sometimes we'll just be like sitting inside and you'll just hear this noise of just it sounds like something's hitting the house or hitting his house, or like it's like a, you know, when something hits like tin or metal, right? And it's just him casually. Sometimes he loves to go out back in his backyard. And if there's a raccoon or a possum up in a tree, he just loves to go take his fucking BB gun and just shoot at it. Dude,
Love
this dude
that.
is iconic. He's a great guy, but he is so fucking redneck. Literally, anytime we have something in our backyard, he'll just be like, "I'll come over and shoot it." Boom. He just fucking shoots it out the tree. We've seen possums get shot out of the tree, raccoons. He's come over and chopped the head off of possums, baby possums.
Damn.
Hell
Snakes.
yeah.
He does it all, bro. And there was one time my dad's up on the roof. He climbed up the ladder. This dude comes over. He's like, "Hey, Steve, hold my beer." He's drunk, goes up the ladder and is on our 2-story house on the roof and just, you know, getting shit done.
What a guy. What
Right?
a guy.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
that's so funny.
Dude. Yeah, he loves shooting at things in the backyard. A BB gun, not real guns, but you
Right.
know,
Yeah. You fire a
well,
real
he can't do that
gun
in the hood.
in
you know.
Round Rock and the cops are getting called.
Yeah.
He's probably got his share of firearms, though.
Oh, probably, yeah. I
I mean, it's Texas.
not too many people in Texas that don't. Unless they're coming from California, then they're just
Even
like,
then, that's why like what's his name? Joe Rogan was talking about like that was the thing he was most excited about whenever he moved to Austin. Is he was like it's so easy to get guns here.
I mean, just go down to Dick's Sporting Goods, Academy, Walmart.
I thought Dick stopped
Yeah.
selling them.
I think they restricted how you can get them. I've definitely seen them at maybe
I
they
thought in
did.
like the last 4 years Dick stopped selling them.
Oh,
I know Academy still does.
I don't think so
Oh, I
because,
don't- I
or
don't think
actually,
so.
no.
I think they just restricted how you can. I think
Yeah.
it was like AR-15s and stuff like that you can't get. But I'm pretty sure
Gotcha.
you can.
You
I've
still get like
definitely
a
seen
hunting
some
rifle or a pistol
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that there.
Yeah.
Bass
Well, it's
Pro
just-
Shop.
yeah.
You can definitely go
Oh,
get some stuff
dude.
at Bass Pro.
Yeah.
Every time I go there, bro, it's like there's always people just buying ammunition, buying random guns and stuff, dude. It's kind of awesome. Not even gonna lie, kind of goes hard.
Yeah.
Hood shit in the country.
Oh,
They
they
just go-
stopped
they can-
selling at certain stores.
Yeah, so it's not all of them. The ones
Yeah.
here definitely are still selling them, bro.
Yeah, because
I
I know
bet
the
you
one
knew-
I know the one in Knoxville does not.
I wonder if I don't think the ones in New Mexico. I haven't been there in a while, but I don't think they sell guns at that one.
Because the ones in Knoxville, the people that are just too traumatized from the Coke Bear. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the Coke Bear though. So like the next headline in it is like, okay, so that's sad, the guy died and all, but where does the bear come in? So it says months after the man died, there was a hunter in the Chattahoochee National Forest in Georgia, which is like North Georgia, which is like an hour away from here, at least
Oh my
an hour and a half, maybe, right? A 175-pound black bear was super dead. The words are the direct quote is the bear was extremely dead. After eating 75 pounds of 95% pure cocaine.
Oh my,
it consumed 75 pounds. And it says it's still unclear how much exactly it managed to eat. They're just assuming 75 pounds because 75 pounds were completely gone. And whenever whenever they conducted an autopsy, where's that at? Yeah, the autopsy later said there isn't a mammal on the planet that could survive the amount of cocaine that was consumed by this animal, from cerebral hemorrhaging, respiratory failure, hyperthermia,
God.
renal failure, heart failure, stroke, you name it, that bear had it. The story doesn't end there, though.
Oh,
the
my
bear was then
God.
stuffed and put on display. Now,
Of course.
you know who Waylon Jennings is?
Yes.
The country singer Waylon Jennings owned the Coke Bear at one point.
Oh my God, dude.
Before it finally ended up at the Kentucky Fun Mall. In 2015 is where it stopped. Where it was redubbed, they named the bear Pablo Escobar.
Yes.
Apparently, kids that go here love taking a picture with the cocaine bear.
Dude,
they have no idea. Do they have any idea it's the cocaine bear or no?
I don't think so. It says you wouldn't think that a cocaine bear would be for all ages, but kids love it.
Dude, we need to one day.
I guess we're taking
gonna
a trip to
boys'
Kentucky.
road trip,
dude,
to go see the Coke Bear.
But like the guy landed in Knoxville. The bear was found in the Chattahoochee Forest.
Bro, that thing
he was
going
on one from his trip to Knoxville into the forest.
He was cracked at Fortnite,
Dude,
my guy.
He was just
swear to God,
running 40 miles an hour,
easy,
like full speed ahead to Georgia, and then just died.
Yeah,
he probably it probably killed so many things in sight, and then it just dropped dead all of a sudden.
Yeah,
but
had to have.
That's crazy.
Let me see how far the Chattahoochee Forest is from here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like, how long did it take this? That thing had to have. It couldn't have run out of energy. I mean, it was too coked up.
The thing was moving.
It's like directly on the northern border of Georgia and Tennessee.
Holy shit!
So that's crazy. Like if I get directions to it from here,
I'm gonna look at this. Dude, I see that.
If I get directions to it from here, choose a starting point in Knoxville.
Bro, and it ran through towns and stuff.
That is an hour and a half drive.
Dang.
So it just ran nonstop for 4 hours or something?
Probably.
He was cracked, literally.
But so
that's crazy.
That's a movie that Elizabeth Banks is working on now.
I can't wait to watch that. I mean, it's probably gonna be bad, but I'll be in it for the entertainment.
Oh, it'll 100% be a comedy. Elizabeth Banks is a comedian, so the bear's probably gonna have like an internal voice or some shit, and be like, he's gonna find the hunter's bag or something like that, and be like, "Oh, food," and he'll take a bite and be like, "That shit is good," and like just scarf it all down, and then like he's gonna turn into Sonic the Black Bear.
Food. Dude, like
that's funny.
All right, boys. Dude, I cannot believe that. That's crazy. Okay.
An hour?
So I was going through my favorite Reddit thread. You guys got to check this out. r/shower thoughts. Like people just post their shower thoughts. It's literally just Matt, in every form of every human being that's on Reddit that posts this thread. They're just posting their shower thoughts. Literally every thought that they have in the shower just goes on here, bro. Like for instance, I discovered on here, and this is a great point. Hairy men are more flammable than men that are unable to grow a lot of body hair. So Matt's
great.
Matt is really screwed.
Yeah.
That Italian, he's fucked if he ever lights on fire. I never thought about that. This was another good one. A person's toothpaste tube says a lot about them. You know, are you a savage and just squeeze it everywhere? Or do you push from the bottom?
That's true.
It's very true.
Hmm.
But I can't say that I ever go to people's houses and just look at their toothpaste tubes and then immediately start making judgments. But the one that I was really interested in, okay? This one person, his name is called Lanky One. 22 hours ago, he posted, "We've probably already been discovered and observed by an advanced civilization, but they're ignoring us because we think we're the most important beings in the universe and they don't want to deal with our shit." What do you
I
guys
mean,
think about this?
it could be. It could be.
You think?
They could be just ignoring us.
Yeah, I mean, or they're just like waiting for us to self-destruct and then they can steal our planet, like when we nuke each other or something. Or, you know, they're just waiting until the day that we could like actually put up somewhat of a fight against them, and then they just come murk us.
We need aliens to be real for world peace.
You think? So we
The
can
only
unify
way we
against
can
them?
achieve it is with one common enemy.
China.
That's a good point, actually. Nah, well, you have a point there,
We
but
should unite against China.
Did y'all ever read Watchmen
No.
no.
or watch the movie or anything?
Does it talk about China?
No, it's a DC comic. There's
It
a
doesn't
there's,
talk about China. I don't want to read it.
I think there might be vague references to China
Fuck
through
China.
Dr. Manhattan, but Dr. Manhattan is this like, I mean, he's basically a walking atomic bomb. Like he's just
Like,
this.
he
Manhattan.
just blows up on people.
I
Or is
mean,
he,
like, he has-
actually an atomic bomb.
Like he's how do I describe Dr. Manhattan's powers? He's
Okay, does he have nuclear shit inside of him?
yeah, he's
Obviously,
like a nuclear
because
human. He can survive.
He's named after
anywhere.
the Manhattan Project,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly. So like whenever there's like a relationship he had with one of the other characters, and she pissed him off, so he just like teleported to Mars because he could live on Mars and shit. And so I forget. It's been a few years since I've read it and watched the movie. The cool thing though, sidebar, is that I read the actual. I have the book somewhere back here. I read the actual like full fucking comic, which is like that thick.
Damn.
With the movie, it's damn near. The movie is damn near shot for shot out of the comic.
Wow, so it's like really accurate compared to like other books or comics that are
Yeah.
don't capture anywhere near the amount of detail that's in the written version. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
and Zack Snyder did it, and he's great. But so Dr. Manhattan achieved world peace because he got the entire planet Earth to fucking hate him.
Hmm.
And there's a thing that he said
Does he get
in like a
exiled?
round table with like the United Nations or like the government or like, you know, some government kind of thing, where he was like, I'm gonna do this awful thing, whatever the fuck it was, I don't remember. But like all will despise me, thus getting along with one another.
Hmm.
And it worked, but then all the other Watchmen were like, dude, what the fuck?
It just reminds me, I don't know why. This is like such a random thought. It reminds me, I used to, with my dad, I used to play like the Spec Ops on Modern Warfare 3. And one of our favorite things, and I think it's Captain Price that says it, when you're like playing it, you're like at the very beginning of the round, it's like, and remember, we don't negotiate with terrorists. And my dad and I always say that. We're always like, we don't negotiate with terrorists. But I feel like that would be the shortcoming of world peace, having to negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah,
Call of
you
Duty
don't.
with, hey, we don't negotiate with terrorists.
Video
We
game
do
logic
negotiate
coming
with
into real
zombies.
life.
Yeah, I mean,
Zombies.
all right. So I want to hear your takes on this. So Dalton,
Okay.
sounds like you believe in aliens. Matt, you didn't seem convinced.
Nah, there's no proof of aliens yet. We have the technology to explore it. I mean, we just landed a rover on Mars. I maybe on Mars there is aliens. Maybe the Perseverance, I believe that was what it was called. They driving around Mars and maybe they find life forms. That'd be awesome. I don't think there is aliens right now. I'm more curious in the fact that I want people to go to foreign planets and explore them and see how we can get there. Getting humans on another planet would be lit. I would rather much do that than I mean, like aliens, like it's a cool concept, right? It's a conspiracy theory. It's something that people believe in, don't believe in. It's a controversial topic in a way if you want to talk about it like that. Um, I just think there hasn't been enough proof of something yet that we can't necessarily conclude that yeah, they're aliens. But to Dalton's point, world peace, if the aliens are just watching us, right, and they do come, this sounds so stupid. I can't believe it's coming out of my mouth, but he's got a point. Like he really does have a point.
We have to unify.
I mean, if the aliens decide to come and invade us, obviously they're gonna have space weapons and all kinds of crazy shit, right?
Hey, but we got shotguns and rednecks.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to figure out a way to unite as a world to defeat another world, right? If you want to put it like that. So
all I gotta say,
I would say I don't believe in aliens, but I wouldn't be shocked if one day it's like, oh, like yeah, we found aliens. Like yeah, I mean, I figured, you know, it's I feel like one day it will happen, but right now I don't believe in aliens.
Okay, that's.
I think it could happen in our lifetime.
I agree.
I
agree.
Like it could. Yeah, I definitely. So I mean, like, I'm with Matt in the sense that like there hasn't been any like solid proof other than that video that the U.S. Navy released like back at the beginning of 2020
with the jammed radar ship.
No, the
where
one
they
that
move
they got,
super
like,
fast.
Yeah, they got the video of it and shit. That's like that one was crazy, dude. That thing was like maneuvering really weird, and you know, I mean, the military's not gonna lie about that. They were pretty transparent about that.
As much as they can be.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes on within the military that they can't tell you.
I cannot agree that there's not aliens out there. I think the universe is too big. There's got to be something out there, right? And I guarantee you, the one thing that I would do if I ever became president, my first day in office, I'd be like, take me to fucking Area 51 and show me all the alien shit, please. Let's do it. I got the
Naruto run in there.
You know, yeah, Naruto run. Going right in. I'm seeing the Roswell spaceship. I'm seeing all the shit, all the space stuff.
Yeah, I remember when that shit was a thing. The big Facebook group planning the Naruto run into the Area 51.
Yeah. Dude, that's been a little bit. It's been like 2 years since that, right?
It was like 2019. Yeah,
that's crazy. Like, and then 5 people showed up.
Right. Yeah. There were people in the Air Force though that were like leaking pictures of what they were having to do. There was like they were sitting in like a meeting and there was a PowerPoint presentation of like, what is Naruto running? What kind of people do we expect are gonna be here? Like how soon should we respond with violence or aggression?
Some Naruto kid's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, dude. Exactly.
No.
They're not gonna do anything. Like you don't have to use violence. Like just push them down.
I remember somebody tweeted, somebody with like a verified account that was in the Air Force.
Oh my God.
Tweeted it like a picture of that thing of the Facebook group and just quoted it, "We will fuck you up."
See, okay, I get the humor behind it, but this is where my nerdiness comes into play. Part of me wishes we were alive during the time Area 51, Cold War, all this stuff was going on, because that was the height of world tension, right?
Yeah.
You got nuclear weapons as a threat, Area 51. Yeah. There's just a lot of shit going on. And then on top of that, you've got the Vietnam War somewhere in all that, right? Yeah. I think that would be kind of interesting to see how times were different then, how they are now, because obviously there's a lot of people who don't understand what's going on in the world. We've seen that with cancel culture and all this stuff, you know, but I think if you go back in time and you put yourself in the setting where Area 51, because I just did a quick Google search and they were like testing aircraft and shit there, it looks like, and trying to evaluate foreign technology and stuff. Mm-hmm. That would be
where
pretty
they designed the what is it, the B-52, the Blackbird?
The F-117, it looks like, and D-21 tag board. Some of these airplanes look dope, dude.
Hell yeah.
The Blackbird, U-2. I mean, it's highly classified, so I don't know what's going on over there.
U-2? The band?
No.
They were developed at Area 51?
No. It's called the Lockheed U-2. It's an aircraft. It's nicknamed Dragon Lady. That's kind of a cool name for it. Operated by the U.S. Air Force and previously flown by the CIA. So you know that's some crazy shit went on with that.
I didn't even know that. That's
dude, the CIA is fucking
They
can
do everything.
Dude,
yeah.
See, that's one of the things that I would have loved to have taken part in. If I was like around in the 80s and stuff, if there was all this like Cold War stuff going on, I would have loved to have been one of those CIA agents that got to like go over and fuck shit up in Russia. That would have been sick.
You got to be a damn good actor.
You got oh, dude, damn good actor. You got to speak Russian. You got to,
Yeah.
you know. Hey man, but
They actually had programs. This is common knowledge. They had programs where they recruited CIA agents to literally learn Russian in a month, and then they would send them out to Moscow and go be a spy. Like, that's
Dude,
crazy, huh?
Jesus
you were probably having to
Christ.
learn that like every hour of every waking moment that
Well,
you
not only
lived,
that, but you
right?
have to learn how to like do CIA operations, right? And then on top of that, if you're married, you have to convince your wife and or family, like, yeah, we're going to Moscow in a month, and like we're gonna be
We're
pitched
going to be a
up
Russian
in
family.
this. We're gonna be pitched up in this apartment building, and I'm just gonna be doing like my work. And on
You
top of like the
gotta-
KGB's running rampant out there and everything, dude. Like that would be
Yeah.
crazy. I've thought about that like a couple times, but anyway.
Dude, you imagine you get recruited to that and you are not a vodka guy?
Oh,
How
that
could
would
you
be me.
survive?
You got to have a poker face with vodka.
Yeah,
Vodka.
like imagine you just
Vodka.
straight up hate vodka. You only like beer.
I mean,
That would be me.
There's
I'd be
worse
screwed.
problems to have in that circumstance. Like if you can't develop the Russian accent and that kind of stuff. I think vodka's probably the least of your concerns at that point because
Right,
I'm
but
sure
think,
a lot of those dudes.
but think about if you're like
Vodka
hanging
me
out with
up.
the KGB, you're trying to get info from them. The best way to do that is you get liquored up and play poker.
Vodka.
And what are they going to be
Vodka.
drinking? They're going to be drinking vodka. You be sitting down at the bar with the KGB boys, and they're all like, vodka, yes, vodka 2, vodka 3, vodka 4. And you're like, could I get IPA?
Hey,
They're
man.
like, what's IPA?
What's
No,
IPA?
I mean, you kind of saw it happen with the German bastards and Inglorious
Inglorious
Bastards.
Bastards with this versus this. Yeah.
In the accent, he's like, I don't recognize your accent.
Gorlami.
Oh man,
Gorlami.
Gorlami.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what Brad Pitt says.
Oh yeah.
Whenever they're in the theater and Christoph Waltz is like, he's the big high up Nazi guy, right?
Yeah.
And he's just fucking with them because he knows none of them are actually Italian. And so he's trying to get them to say their shit over and over again. And so, Gorlami. Oh yeah, say it one more time. Gorlami. Gorlami. Because the
Dude,
next
that
one,
movie's so
Dominic,
great.
and they all did this
Next
shit.
bastards.
They all did this shit to just try to pass off as Italians, bro. It's one of my
Nazi
funniest fucking
bastards.
Tarantino like scenes
God.
ever.
Oh man. Yeah, but I'm with you there, Matt. Like that stuff would have been cool to live through, but also like we're kind of living in a good period of time where really the
We
only
are.
shit that's going on in the world is like human trafficking. There's like, I mean, the Middle East is just a mess.
Well,
It's
there's a
never
global
gonna
well,
be-
pandemic.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
well, yeah, of
there's
course, but I'm talking like physical conflict and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Those are kind
yeah,
of
I
the main
mean,
thing. And we got the war on drugs and that stuff's crazy, bro. Dude, it's like, oh man, it's like lawless down there in Mexico right now. I mean,
yeah,
you just see
it's
crazy videos.
Mexico's very corrupt. I saw a video that showed people trying to smuggle Mexican people over the Rio Grande border, and I'm just like, God, I couldn't imagine living in a country like that where they're just so oppressed and so whatever. I guess I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but
Well, just that
just
there's
were
so
you
much
were you
corruption that it affects
yeah,
your
you like
everyday
you're
life.
trying to like
Yeah.
you're risking everything to just
Yeah.
try and get a better life for yourself, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's been a revolving thing. You think back to after World War II, my grandma's an immigrant from Italy. She
Mhm.
fled during the war. We have it great here in America. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things, but it's just been a constant cycle. You keep seeing it, and there's really no way to stop it. I just don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I
Dude.
just feel like Narcos. I mean, I know it's partly fictional, partly non-fictional,
Yeah.
but Narcos Mexico gives a good look because they show the scenes with the history and like the president and everything. It gives a good look into how corrupt Mexico was back in the day, and it just seems to get worse and worse. Like the cartels and shit, they have so much power over everything there. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Dude, this is kind of crazy that we're talking about this now. Earlier when I was like working and I had lunch, like I just kind of took a break and was on my lunch break, I was just scrolling through Twitter and there was this this journalist wrote this story and they did this interview with this guy and he was an immigrant from Mexico. Or actually no, he was from Cuba. Sorry. He was from Cuba and he decided he wanted to try and get to America. So they showed his journey where he like went all the way from Cuba to like somewhere in South
Did you go to
America.
Mexico? Oh, South
No, he went
America.
to South America and then went through all these countries, went through the rainforest on this, and like they were just talking about how bad they treat these people that are trying to go for better lives. Like these people that are drug smugglers or human
That's
traffickers, they
crazy.
exploit these people.
Yeah.
And it was just telling this whole story, and this guy ended up, he got all the way to America, got into the country, and then he like got captured by Mexican drug smugglers, and then they
Oh
held him
boy.
for ransom. And dude, they almost like killed him and stuff. But there was this I'm trying to find the article because I had pulled it up on my computer because this shit just sounded so crazy. But there's this span of land that is called the Darien Gap, and it's on the border of Panama and Colombia.
Okay.
And it's this like it's supposed to be the most dangerous jungle in the entire world. And it's not even just because like there's a bunch of animals that can kill you, a bunch of like plants that can kill you, like crazy. This area has like a bunch of drug smugglers. And there's this one, I'm trying to find the name of it. There's this one crazy group that's like this, they were calling them Marxists or something. And it's called the,
Yeah.
where is it? Oh my gosh, it's called the FARC.
The
And
farce.
the farce, I guess. And they're anti-government guerrillas that control like this whole jungle area in southern Colombia. And dude, they just like go back and forth between these countries, and they just like kill people. They kill drug smugglers. They steal their drugs and smuggle them themselves. They smuggle arms and other weapons and stuff like that. And they carried out like a bombing that killed 80 people along the border of Panama and Colombia. And they
Shit.
like, yeah,
Man.
dude, it's just like a lawless area. And they it's crazy. I was just reading about this. I'm like, how did I never hear about this? It's called the Darien Gap. If you ever want to look up some crazy shit,
The Darien
look that
Gap,
up.
huh?
Yeah, bro. But there's like
Hmm.
this Swedish guy that I found an article on, and he tried to go there to just go explore because it's supposed to be the Mount Everest of exploring. And
Yeah,
like
that
hiking,
sounds like
right?
a great place to just go
Yeah.
casually explore.
Oh yeah. Apparently, it's like such a hard excursion though that people just consider it the same level as Mount Everest is to climbers for hikers and explorers.
Because you
right?
got to get through all that bullshit.
I know. And this dude, he made it like hardly in, and he died. He got shot in the head.
Oh, shocker.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god,
know.
dude. I typed in Darien Gap into Google Images, and one of the first images you see is just a skull on a stick.
Whoa, I
Oh.
got to see this.
So it's like the Black
Yeah.
Ops loading screen. Oh my
Yeah.
god, look at that. I see that.
Dude, that
Holy
is scary. Oh my god.
Dude, that's how like Cambodia is supposed to be, bro.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be
Oh,
like
shit.
landmines and like like skulls on stakes like everywhere.
Yep. Did y'all see Spike Lee's movie, Defy Bloods?
No.
Nope.
It's on Netflix. So it's about these 5 like retired black Vietnam vets that are going after this lost gold in Vietnam. That I mean, I watched it in the summer, and so I vaguely remember last summer, and so I like
Yeah.
vaguely remember there was like some gold that they were responsible for whenever they were back in Nam, like way back in the day,
Back in Nam.
and
Burn.
it got like lost and buried somewhere else, and so they had to go and find it and defend it. And to just so you're aware, there's a huge spoiler coming up. They went through this just forest and valley in Vietnam, and there's still active mines.
While they were
And-
filming?
No.
Oh, okay,
No,
okay.
I mean in real life in Vietnam, like there are still active mines out there. But so the way that they introduced this idea was they went to a bar and they met this like girl and some of her friends from like New Zealand or Australia or some shit, and they were there on like just doing humanitarian work to go and defuse these mines.
Wow.
Because like children would be playing in a playground and they jump on the wrong spot of mulch, and that's it.
And then that's it. Yeah.
Right. And so there was these humanitarians, and then there's the 5 Bloods that are walking around through there. Oh, Zach just got his food. Look at this.
Is
And,
that McDonald's?
Yeah.
Is that
But so-
McDonald's?
Yeah.
Not to interrupt. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Dalton.
But so like they're walking through and there's all these mines all over the place, and they're doing a bunch of different shit to kind of distract you from the fact that they told you 10 minutes ago that they're walking through a living fucking minefield. And then all of a sudden one of like your favorite characters fucking steps on one
Damn, dude.
and goes kaput.
I need
And
to
then
watch that. What'd you say the name
It's
of it
called
was?
Da Five Bloods.
Five
Da
Bloods.
Five Bloods. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's got Chadwick Boseman in it.
Oh man, dude.
Yeah.
R.I.P. I love
Yeah.
Chadwick. Okay. All right, I'll have to
he
watch
wasn't
that.
one of the like central characters. He was more like a main mentioned character, but as far as his screen time, he wasn't there very much.
Yeah, well, still. I mean,
Yeah.
Spike Lee is obviously one of the greatest directors there is, so it's gonna be a good movie. All right, I'll have to watch that.
I was very entertained with it. So it
If
was
I'm being
really,
honest,
really cool and interesting.
I haven't seen a movie in a fat minute.
All for
Like
real?
I can't. The last time I saw a movie was I think when I watched Endgame. The last time when I did my Marvel movie marathon over winter break.
Okay.
Crazy.
But that's movies I've seen before, so I haven't seen like a new movie. I'm getting more into the TV show grind.
No, that's
What are
fair.
you watching?
Well, I just finished WandaVision, and
Yes.
Don't give me any spoilers.
I'm not going to give you
episode 4.
I'm gonna give.
Crazy.
I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but I will say, start out weird, got
It's
really
really slow.
good, and the ending really. I mean, they could have taken that ending in so many different ways, and the way they chose, it was just. I did not like that last episode.
They left
I
you
thought it
hanging a
was
little bit.
Okay.
a little bit,
They left you hanging.
a little bit. I would say a lot. I thought it had potential, but obviously the way it ended, there will be a season 2, and it got a lot of love, which is awesome. So, Captain America and Winter Soldier comes out next Friday. Super
Friday, yeah.
stoked about that. Or maybe it's Falcon Winter Soldier. My bad.
Yeah,
Falcon
it's
and Winter
Falcon
Soldier.
and Winter Soldier.
I am, and then I saw last night. I started watching it, but Last Chance U, the basketball's on there now.
Oh yeah. I'm excited.
So
for that.
I fell asleep, but that's kind of a new take because it's always been football, but this one's basketball. It's
Yeah.
like East LA Community College. So
Okay.
seems like I love the Last Chance U series, and then I'm gonna go back and rewatch You. Love that show,
Good
and
call.
yeah. So there's a couple things I'm trying to watch.
Alright.
There's also this. I love these like these limited docu series that they put on Netflix. So The Night
Yeah.
Stalker was one of them. They
Yeah,
did
that's
one about Aaron Hernandez last year, which was
That
phenomenal.
one was really good. Yeah.
They've done the Ted Bundy tapes, which is another great one.
I never
they
watched
just-
the Ted
Yeah.
Bundy tapes.
Oh,
need to watch
dude.
that.
Yeah.
If you watch that with Morgan, like she might get a little creeped out, not gonna lie. But dude, that
I mean,
shit
he's a
is
freaky
creepy.
dude. Didn't they have Zac Efron fucking play Ted Bundy?
So that's
No,
a
that's the
different.
movie.
That's the movie. The Ted Bundy
Oh,
tapes
gotcha.
are like actual, like it's an actual docu series.
Yeah.
And the other one that I want to watch that I haven't seen yet, it deals with like the 1980s, and it details how Mormons were murdered.
Oh,
Something
yes.
went on, but it
That
looks
one looks
really
good.
interesting. So
Dude, yes.
if it's anything like the Night Stalker, which was totally gruesome and
Yeah.
creepy, and that guy, that guy was
He was a nut.
insane. But if it's anything like that, I'm sure it's gonna be good. So that's what's on my radar right now.
All right.
okay.
What are y'all's like favorite shows? Like
You wanna
name your
go- do-
top 3
do we wanna go
shows
top
on
5?
Netflix.
Oh,
Top
I was gonna
5?
say top 5.
Or you can
that's
just
a
like
recurring
list
thing.
off some really crazy stuff that you've watched. Like what are some of your favorite shows?
I mean, my favorite one right now is Big Mouth.
Okay, that's a good one. I love that show.
I watch that shit every day.
We've
Oh,
we've
God.
collectively decided, if for those of you Big Mouth fans, we've collectively decided that Matt is the hormone monster from Big Mouth. So
I mean,
You
he's
know
the
who
best
that is.
character, so it's all
The
good.
hormone.
You're the
No,
star.
Coach Steve is the best character.
Okay, fine.
Coach Steve.
Coach Steve.
I
He's so sus-
I think one
he's
of my
such a good
favorite
idiot.
lines that Coach Steve has is whenever he and Jay are like playing badminton at the end of the day when Jay's mom's like trying to pick him up and all that, right?
Yeah.
And or what is it? No. It's like after Coach Steve sleeps with Jay's mom and all this shit, they're at the sleepover and Jay gets pissed off at him because he like spilled the beans to all of his friends. And Coach Steve is like, well, if you hate me, then I hate me too, because we're best friends. I love you, my dude. And then they do their fucking handshake.
I haven't watched that show in a while. I've been like taking a break from it, but goddamn, dude, that show's so funny.
Dude, Seth Rogen is in season 4.
That's crazy. I'm only on
Oh,
season 2 still. So I'm
Dude,
not
yeah,
even that
John
far.
Oliver's in season 4. Seth Rogen's in season 4.
I like who's the ghost of Duke Ellington?
That's voiced by Jordan fucking Peele.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, that's Jordan Peele voices the ghost of Duke Ellington, Jay's Pitbull featuring Ludacris. Who else does
The
he voice?
Pitbull.
Have you seen the Planned Parenthood episode?
Mm-mm.
I don't think I have. I don't know.
Okay, so well, there's
Is it before or after the Duke Ellington or losing his virginity episode?
I think it's before.
Planned
It's
Parenthood. I don't think I've seen
it's
that.
the episode after Coach Steve sleeps with Jay's mom.
Oh, then I have seen. I just
Yeah,
don't remember.
It's
I
where they
guess.
did the
Just
parody
spoiling
of like The Bachelor,
Fuckers.
and they did the parody of like a horror movie and of like Star Trek and shit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Jordan Peele voices the pull-out method guy on the Bachelor parody.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. He does. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about now. Oh my God, dude.
Fucking A.
That
But
show.
Nick Kroll
I don't know
voices,
how that.
like everybody.
That's crazy.
You know, he had a kid. I saw on his Twitter account the
Yeah.
other day. He's like, so I'm a dad now. And I was like, I love how his Twitter profile picture is Nick from Big Mouth. I love it, dude. Oh man.
Well,
Oh
that's what.
God.
So me and Morgan were watching that the other day, and then I was like, I forget what made me suggest this, but I was like, let's watch John Mulaney stand up, because John Mulaney voices Andrew, and I was like, we can see Andrew Glauberman do stand up for an hour and a
Jesus.
half, and we watched oh God, it's his most recent one, The Comeback Kid. We watched John Mulaney's The Comeback Kid on Netflix. It is fucking hysterical.
The
It is
Comeback Kid?
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send that in the group chat. I'm gonna watch that one of these.
I
days.
got you. Yeah, I got you. He's because he's this like goody like Catholic boy, right? Who grew up and got into show business,
Yeah.
and he's married to a Jewish woman, and what's it called? He has a joke where he was like, the wedding was great. We were what's it called? Married by a friend, because there's no kind of religious tie if you're married by a friend, because it was very confusing for the grandparents.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, dude.
That show's funny. I need to keep watching it. I honestly
I like
like
that show.
I don't even watch that many like funny shows on Netflix. Like mine are all like really intense ones. Like Breaking Bad is one of my favorites on Netflix.
Yeah.
Stranger Things. We talked about Narcos earlier. If you want something that'll keep you really on the edge of your seat, I know I finally got Matt to watch it. Money Heist. That show is
Money Heist.
arguably.
Have you
the
seen that
best
one,
on
Dalton?
Netflix.
I
have
need to
not.
watch that.
Dude, it's
It's
all in
so good.
Spanish, but it's so good. Like you think
Okay.
you know what's gonna happen, and you don't. Like
don't.
it just keeps getting crazier, and
Yeah.
it's dude, it's so good.
Money Heist.
Another really good one that's just really well made. There's good stories to it. Black Mirror. Have you ever watched that?
I've watched a few episodes of Black Mirror. My beef with Black Mirror was that it tried to be modern Twilight Zone.
You think?
Yeah. I got big modern Twilight Zone vibes from it. Now, they're done really fucking well.
Yeah, dude. Like
The episodes I've seen, they're done really well.
it's there's some crazy stuff that happens in it
But-
too, and they're all like different stories.
Yeah.
And like the only thing that is like every episode just ends with such a depressing ending. Like
I ain't
that-
about that.
that's the-
And
so
that's why I
sad.
feel like it's modern Twilight
It's
Zone.
crazy.
I couldn't watch
Yeah.
that.
Dude, I mean, there's some really depressing stuff that happens. I mean,
I
but
think the
there's
one that I
really good
watched
episodes.
that stuck with me the most, I've probably watched maybe 8 to a dozen episodes at this
Mhm.
point. The one that I always think of is the one with what's her name? Bryce Dallas?
Bryce Dallas.
I
Fuck.
no help there.
Oh fuck, what's her name?
What happens in the episode?
Right, what's her name? God damn it. Oh, it's the one where they have, I don't remember the actress's name, but she's got what's it called? Like the ratings on her phone, and whenever you cut somebody off, like they can vote you down, or
Oh,
You know,
like
that
your
kind of shit.
social status on
Yeah,
your like
yeah, your
social media
social
app
points.
like determines how like everything about your life pretty much.
yeah. And so she
Oh,
goes from
yeah.
being like on the cusp of being like, social status royalty to like dropping
Yeah.
down to a fucking nobody, because you can only go certain points in
Yeah.
the world with that.
Hmm.
Yeah. That
But
was a good
that
one.
episode kind of reminded me of this movie with Justin Timberlake called In Time.
Okay.
Have y'all seen that?
I've never seen
Mm-mm.
that. No.
So basically the concept is everybody grows up until they're 25 and then they
Mhm.
look like they're 25 forever. But you have time on your arm and that's how much time you have to live.
Oh.
And so time is supposed to represent currency in that movie because like you don't actually age.
Oh, I think I've heard of it. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it, but
Okay.
So like he's down on his luck. He watched his mom die in front of him. And he's going to just like run out of time somewhere. When this dude who's been he says he's like 50,000 years old or some shit like that, like he's super fucking old and has damn near 1,000,000 years or some shit
Mhm.
left on his life. He's like, fuck all this, I'm done, I'm gonna give you my time.
Mhm.
And this raises like problems with people in the government and timekeepers and shit like that and the police and all this, because then Justin Timberlake's character goes from the poor specter all the way up into this town called New Greenwich, which is supposed to be like the rich people town. It's supposed to be like Calabasas kind of thing.
Okay.
And so he goes and he's doing like high roller poker, like betting, 10,000
He's betting
years.
lives.
Yeah, shit like that. He's betting
Oh my
10,000 years
God.
at the table and shit. And then he wins. And so he gets
Shit.
like another, 100,000 years or some shit on there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dang,
He
I'll have to
goes
go
and
and
like
watch that. That
hooks
seems
up
pretty
with
good.
this rich dude's daughter and like lures her away, gets into fights with the police, and he's like trying to steal their time, and they only give their police officers like 15 minutes at a time so that they can't just get killed and robbed.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah,
That's
no,
crazy.
it's a pretty interesting movie. But
Yeah.
that's a movie that Black Mirror episode kind of reminds me of, except
I'll
like
have
the
to.
social status points and the
Yeah,
time
yeah.
points.
Yeah, dude, the special effects in that show are really cool too. And then
Yeah.
they had that one they did like a movie where like it was called Bandersnatch and it was like the kid in the he was
Yes.
like in the
Yes.
movie playing the game sort of, but like you got to direct
Yeah,
what
you get to
direction that
choose what
movie.
happens.
Yeah, you got to make the
Oh,
decisions for him. And like there were so many different endings and ways that the story could have gone. Dude, there's some crazy shit that you could do. Like you could kill people.
Yeah. Every time, bro, every time you took the LSD, I pushed the motherfucker off the balcony. I was not jumping.
Yeah, yeah.
Every time. No, me and my friend
Yeah,
Chris got
heck no.
really drunk one night and watched that whole thing. Bro, it's like 6,000 total pages of screenplay. If you complete
That's
every single
crazy.
possible ending, 6,000?
That's insane.
What the fuck?
Oh,
those people
dude.
must have had a lot of time on their hands, bro.
Bro,
That's crazy.
it was and it was so well done too. I remember me and my friend Chris were in the business of cinema like senior level class at UT
Mhm.
that semester that came out, and we told our instructor Paul Harrell about it, and we were like, I think this is the future of like cinema, is this interactive medium.
Mhm.
Like especially with shit like Netflix and streaming services and stuff, like the movie theaters are going to die. COVID has
Oh, yeah.
basically put the nail
It's
in the
inevitable.
coffin. They're going to try to keep them up, and people are going to always want to go
HBO
back to the
Max
movie
and Paramount
theater.
Plus are about to take the entire movie business out of
Yeah.
it's going to be
Yeah.
all streaming. Like the way that like they did the launch with Wonder Woman and how successful it was. Like there's
Yeah.
no need to leave your house. to
HBO
go to the
got
movie
crazy
theater.
great numbers.
It's going to be there to where like if you want to do it, you can kind of do it, but they're just not going to bring in the money.
Not only
that they
that, but
used
it's
to.
cheap. It's cheaper to pay
Yeah,
for a streaming service than a
it's-
movie ticket.
It's way
you
cheaper
know?
to pay like $5.99 a month for the streaming, the fee, and
Yeah.
then you have your snacks at home. You don't have to like buy the overpriced movie
Yep.
snacks.
Yeah, fucking $10 for a pack of Red Vines.
We would always go to
Red
the
Vines.
dollars before we go to movies. We always go to the dollar store and just get
Yeah.
like
Oh
a
yeah.
pack of
Stuff in
M&Ms
your
for
pants.
$1.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my mom would bring her big purse and like sneak bottles of water in, and that's the only way to do it, dude. I mean, because
Yeah.
you're paying for us, it's like 4 of us, and you pay
Mhm.
like $50 for
Yeah.
a movie, to go to the movies. It's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
fucking
stupid.
ridiculous.
It's just economics, man. I mean,
It's a failed
inevitable.
method. It's a
It
failed
is, and there's no other way to do
Well,
it.
They're
Yeah.
they're trying to finesse you too much.
Okay, I wouldn't say it's finessing. I think it's just inflated that much because it can. Like it's people,
Yeah.
the demand's there, so they just jack up the price and people will pay it. But I think like the future of these places is they're not going to be able to be just movie theaters. They have to like pivot some other way. Like Alamo
Yeah.
Draft House here in Texas, like I've been saying when I've talked to my dad about it, I'm like, the only way that Alamo Draft House is going to survive is if they pivot and become more of a restaurant and a
Yep.
brewery than
Mhm.
a movie theater.
Yeah.
Movies
Yep.
should just be the side business, right? Like you can offer these movies and you'll make your money there, but if you just like really focus on like, brewing
Restaurant,
your
yeah.
beers and focus on offering the food that you already did that was really good,
Yep.
that's their future. I mean,
That's how it
that
is at
really
Cinnabar. Except
Yeah.
they're trying to be at Cinnabar. We were more trying to be a bar, but the problem was
Okay.
is our management and like a lot of the managers that'll be back whenever we reopen. Probably, well, a lot of the managers that we had before probably won't be back when we reopen.
Mhm.
Rather, and like a lot of the managers we had before, as much as they were like awesome, didn't have a terrible amount of like bar experience. Some
Yeah.
of them did, and you could tell who did, and then you could tell who just had like movie theater experience and worked their way up just working for Regal. And so like
Yeah.
that was the kind of like aggravating part is that, you know, they talk about we're a movie theater first,
Yeah.
and then but the bar brings in more sales than the theaters.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That's-
well, then fucking give us the power.
Right. Yeah, we have a place like that here. It's called Flicks Brew House. I went there once. I saw the last Star
Yeah,
Wars there on opening night. Dude, I get the concept of like, oh, like you can go there, have a full ass meal, get a beer.
Yeah.
I think it's such a distraction, dude. Like you got the people coming in and out when you're in the movie, like bringing you
See, and
stuff.
that's
I don't
the
like
thing
that.
so that's the thing. Alamo Draft House is what invented that. Flicks Brew House is knockoff Alamo Draft House.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same with
The
The way
Studio
that
Holy Grail,
obviously
same with
Flicks Brew
Cinnabar.
House is
Yeah.
just so those movie theaters are so poorly designed. Alamo, they have it to where the people walk, it's like down a level. So like
Yeah.
they're much lower than
Oh,
the
that's
screen.
good.
So there's not a distracting element. I
Yeah.
hated when I went to Flicks Brew House. It sucked.
I don't like
I went
it.
and saw Suicide Squad there with some friends.
Yeah.
Dude, Alamo Draft House is the best theater in the country.
Oh, 100%. 100%. That
100%.
was what, whenever we got rid of our GM not long ago, they asked us, like, what are we looking for in a GM? And my smart ass said somebody who worked at Alamo so they actually know how to run a place like this. And they were like, well, that'd be a big outside hire. And I'm like, yes, please get a big
You should
outside
do it.
hire. Like, and then they didn't. They just hired one of the guys who had never worked in a restaurant before. He was a manager at one of the other Regal theaters in
Oh
West
my
Knoxville.
gosh.
And then we closed
Dude.
for COVID. And then we opened back up shortly, like last fall. And I met him a few times. Dude, he fucking hates me. I can't wait to be his senior bartender and show him how much money I make for that place. You can't fire me, bro.
Can't do it. That's funny,
That's some
dude.
yeah. I think I don't think the movie theater business is killed like you said, but there to me there's a good feeling where you actually have to go out of your house, go to a movie theater and see the movie when it comes out, right?
Yeah,
And it's a sense
sure.
of community.
Yeah, like when
Sure.
it's like Zach, you can vouch for this.
Oh,
When we
yeah,
went and
dude,
saw
Avengers.
when we saw an Endgame with Tibbets and Alex, like
Ooh.
that was the funniest thing that happened, dude. So I remember we went to an Isotopes game, and Alex had kind of mentioned he used to work at UNM Athletics, and he was a huge movie guy. Like he had this special pass here where he would get to go like a week before movies came out and go see the movie before.
Oh,
it
he
came
have
out.
that premium movie pass whenever it was
Something
still
like that.
around.
It was like
Yes.
the AMC or something like that.
Yeah.
Like at the AMC theaters.
Yep.
And he got to go help like premiere movies. Like he
Yep.
would get people to come and they got to go
Mhm.
early. Dude.
He
it
was
pretty
always
sick.
texting us like, "Do you guys want to see this movie a week early?" And I was like, "Oh, I really want to, but I'm like busy."
I was
But
like, I got
Yeah.
homework or I got
Yeah.
study.
he was always we were at an Isotopes game. He's like, "Yeah, like if you guys want to go see Endgame together, let me know. I'll get us tickets." And so the night before, Zach texts me. He's like, "Don't forget, we're going to see Endgame tomorrow night." And I was like, "Wait, he was serious? I thought he was just joking." I was like, "Wait, he's serious about that?"
I'm like, yeah, he
Zach's
bought
like,
you a
"Yeah,
ticket."
Alex has got tickets for me, you, and Tibbets." And I was like, "Oh shit, what time?" And it was like a 10 o'clock show or something like that, I believe. And
Oh yeah,
Uh,
dude. We didn't
we went to
finish
the only
movie till,
AMC
like,
theater that I
1.
know that's here, which is in the South Valley. And it was actually a really nice movie theater. I
Dude,
was
it
kind of
really
shocked.
nice. The people were
Yeah.
kind of sketchy. Like there was a
But the
bunch
movie
of,
theater was
Oh
nice.
yeah, like there.
It was really nice.
I saw a few teardrop tattoos on some people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
That means I don't
Dude.
kill
But-
somebody.
He's like, this is the only movie theater and the only time I could find in Albuquerque that had it for the IMAX or like the special that he likes. So we went
So we did
and
it.
we
It's a
saw and we
great time.
conquered, and it was awesome. Like I wouldn't want to experience that at my house. Like seeing an
Mhm.
epic movie like that, like Endgame, I would want to be
Yeah.
in the movie theater because obviously people were cheering and like cry. Like I didn't cry the first time. Now when I go back and watch a movie, I cry like a fucking baby because
Aw,
I've
bro.
seen all the movies now, and I'm like, God damn
Yeah.
it! Like
When
why'd you
Spider-Man
have to
goes
do
up
that, Iron Man?
to Iron Man at
Oh,
the end, and he's
don't
like,
even get
"Mr.
me
Stark,
started.
Mr. Stark." I'm like,
Stop, Dalton, stop. No, it's horrible, dude. And then like, yeah, but we were like hyped when like the last battle scene, dude. I mean, we were all I was sitting there like on the edge of
Damn,
my
Dalton's
seat, like
actually
my legs
crying.
crossed. He is, man.
Spider-Man, bro.
For those of you that are not watching the video podcast, Dalton is actually getting a little emotional.
Fucking Spider-Man, bro.
Fucking Spider-Man.
Hey,
man.
he's
I
still
don't cry
alive,
during
bro.
movies, bro. I can't. Like, I just don't.
I
I don't think I've ever cried during a movie.
I did. I'm not afraid to
Never.
admit it.
I saw
I
Marley.
was
I was like,
Oh,
Oh,
yo,
that's
Marley and me
sad.
put me down.
bro. I was like,
That was
that's
sad.
sad. But like, I didn't like cry. I was like, that ain't
My thing
dog.
was I actually had a yellow lab die.
Aw,
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
sad.
that's you're down bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I cried whenever Toy Story 3 came out at the end of that. I cried.
Oh man. Yeah, that was the sad one.
Toy Story 3 was a rough one, bro. That was hard.
Fucking Pixar. Up, dude. For all
Up's
my
sad,
like film
yeah.
classes, right? One of my favorite teachers, he taught
man.
my screenwriting class. I've seen the first 14 minutes of Up like a dozen times. Because whenever they're talking about good storytelling with no dialogue, that's the fucking example these
Yeah.
twisted
Oh.
motherfuckers use. Because there's no dialogue basically
Yeah.
after they decide that they're gonna go on this adventure, right? And he breaks his arm, he falls through the roof, breaks
Yeah.
his arm. And then they like meet up that night. She like comes into his window and like pinky promise or pinky swear, right? After the pinky swear, there's no more dialogue for the next like 10 minutes. And
Yeah.
you understand their full story.
Mm.
Yep.
And then our fucking teacher, his name's Dr. Larson. He's this super like old-fashioned New Yorker. I fucking love him to death. But he'll play it for you, and then you'll hear like sniffles and shit around the fucking classroom or the
Yeah.
amphitheater, depending on what class we're in, right? And he'll be like, "Okay, I'm gonna go walk towards the light switch and count to 20. So get your shit together."
Yeah.
Oh, dude. That movie was kind of depressing at the forefront of it. I
Bro,
forgot about
yeah.
that one.
Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Of all
And it's a
things
kid's
you could show
movie.
us,
I know.
yeah,
It's a kids movie too. That's horrible.
Pixar, man.
Fuck it. Or when in the Lion King, man.
Oh, dude. Fucking Bambi. Oh my god, dude.
Honestly,
Bambi!
I didn't give a fuck about Bambi.
Hey.
Don's like, I like
You're
shooting."
horrible.
I didn't give a fuck about Bambi.
Oh man.
The one that should have been sad but wasn't really that sad for whatever reason because it was not very well done was when they killed off Han Solo. I was like,
Oh yeah.
dude, what the
I had it
fuck
spoiled
did you just
for me.
do?
I wasn't
Right.
expecting it. And I mean, I didn't cry, but I was like,
Yeah.
damn. I was just more like, damn, that fucking blows,
Dude, and
Because Han Solo's the man.
yeah. Okay. I don't know why, like, I just thought of this show. We were talking about, like, depressing stuff, and, like, I talked about Black Mirror, and we were talking about Netflix shows. Have y'all ever watched this show on Netflix called The End of the Fucking World?
Yes,
Mm-mm.
Isn't it a good show?
it was so good. I watched it like
so
whenever it first came
depressing.
out. Yeah,
It's so, like, it's all, like, existential and shit like that. Like, they're such depressing human beings, and they're, like, psychopaths, but it's
British
so
TV.
good. It's so good. You got to go watch that, Matt. If you're getting into the TV stuff. Wait,
That was my dad just walked in.
Dalton, did you end up seeing Matt's dad?
No, he never
No.
hit me up.
No.
I'm gonna give him shit for that. Be
Oh
like,
my
Dalton's mad that he
God.
didn't text him.
I
Oh
got
my
cut
God.
from work relatively early that night too.
Damn.
Dude.
So for context, okay, when Matt and I and my dad and his dad, we all like went for beers, right? And Matt and I, our dads were, they were on their fourth beer.
Oh yeah.
They were on their
Oh,
fourth
yeah.
beer. They were pounding them. And Matt's dad just all of a sudden goes, he's like, you know who I want to drink with? That Dalton guy from y'all's podcast. Dalton is fucking awesome.
Yeah. I was like, well, I was like, Dalton could probably keep up with you guys. Like, Dalton can hold his liquor. He's like, nah, like, that's not shit. Like, I just want to drink with that
He's
fucker.
like, I
And
just
I
want
was
to take
like,
tequila shots with Dalton.
I was like, Dalton loves tequila. So,
And
you
then he
know,
started talking about,
go
he was
for it.
like, that podcast you guys have got. Dalton that man has a great voice. I love Dalton's voice.
Yeah.
His voice was fucking awesome. And then
Yeah.
and then Matt's dad was so gone. He was like asking me, he's like, when you get married, Zach, I'm getting invited to the wedding, right? I'm like, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Of course, man. Like, you're like family.
He asked
me,
Zach
like,
that same question like 5 times, dude. Yeah. It was crazy. And then
Oh, man.
Steve, dude, this guy. So I was like the girl who was serving us, she was pretty cute.
I forgot about
And
this.
I don't know like what happened. Like I really wasn't like she recommended a beer to Zach and we just started talking to her. She was very nice. And she was like a little flirty, but not too flirty. So I was like, she's cute, whatever. And then Steve's like, Matt, like, you gonna get her number? And I was like, no, like, this is not, I don't want to do this. I just want to enjoy my beer and then I want to leave and just like come back and she's my bartender again, like it'll be chill. And Steve's like pestering me, like, come on, like, watch, I'll set you up for it. And so she comes back and brings Steve his 4th beer, right? He's like, what's your name? And she's like, oh, it's whatever. We'll say for Stephanie. Oh, my name's Stephanie. And then I forgot what else he asked her. Like, whoa, like, did you come from here or something? And long story short, he convinced me to like, after he finished his 4th beer.
You're forgetting an important detail. So Stephanie goes off. She like walks away, right? So this guy comes over.
That's what I was going to tell.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He comes over and is like, just helping us out. And then my dad asks him, hey, blank. I think his name was like John or something. Hey, John, is Stephanie single?
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, I think so.
And then this guy goes and tells her. So then she was serving people outside. She kept walking outside and looking over at our table. Mm-hmm. We were getting ready to leave and she comes up. And then Steve was talking to her and then she comes up to me. And I was like, I got 2 things I want to like tell you. She's like, what is it? Because like John sold you out, and I was like, oh my god. So I was like, well, thanks for the beer recommendation, and like, can I take you out for a drink personally sometime? She's like, I have a boyfriend, and I was like, oh okay. I don't think she did, but it's whatever, it's fine. So anyways, that happened.
I went back there and got beers the other day. She was there. She was working. I don't think she saw me. Don't think she would have noticed me because I was not wearing a hat, but.
That's all right.
I was like, that's my.
I'm still gonna go there, and if I see her, she's cool. Like she was chill.
Yeah.
She gave us the beer rec, but I know Dalton has to go, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. Final thoughts.
Ooh. Dalton, you started off.
I got booked to shoot a promotional video for a t-shirt shop around here.
Yes.
Be on the lookout for that soon.
Hell yeah.
At Dalton J. Bradley Productions on Instagram, Twitter, everything. Do it. Follow it.
Do it. All right,
Zach.
I'll do my final thought. I don't know why, but chicken nuggets are just the best thing that was ever invented, right?
So far, of course.
But not all chicken nuggets were created the same. Okay? There's a very specific kind of chicken nuggets that is really, really good. It's spicy chicken nuggets are great too. But just dino nuggies. Dino-shaped nuggets are the best. There's no way around that. If you get nuggets that are shaped in the shape of a dinosaur, it wins. It does.
Fair argument. I like that.
I agree.
Well, my final thoughts, I've got 2. So 1, I didn't get to mention my Netflix shows that I think are good. Ozark. Gotta watch Ozark.
Fire.
Gotta watch Use Fire. And then check out like a lot of those docu-series I had touched on earlier. And then Tiger King, obviously.
That's a good one.
And then Last Chance U. Love Last Chance U.
Hell
and
yeah.
also, I don't know how much you guys follow pop culture, but A-Rod and J-Lo just broke up. So yeah. They called off their engagement after being engaged for 2 years, and they just broke up. So
damn.
Sucks to be A-Rod. I mean, multimillionaire, had J-Lo, and he broke up. So
I bet you The Weeknd is about to swoop in, get J-Lo.
Slick. Okay, I could see it.
I could see it.
I could see it.
The Weeknd.
He's boycotting the Grammys because he ain't getting no nominations.
Yeah, fuck the Grammys for that.
The Grammys. The Weeknd's the shit, man. I love that guy.
There's no fucking reason that he shouldn't
His
have
album
gotten
was so
nominated.
good.
There's no fucking reason. There's absolutely zero case you can make
No.
that he didn't
Like, I'm
get a
sorry.
single one.
Blinding Lights was
Good
by far the
song.
biggest song of
Yeah.
the last like year. Easy.
Dude, that shit came out almost 2 full years ago and it's still number 1.
I didn't realize it was that old.
Yeah.
Wow.
It came out I think it came out like last April or April of 2019 as like a single.
Wow.
I think
Yeah.
you're right there. And if
Yeah,
not,
the
it was like at the tail end of the summer or something. that
Something,
year.
yeah. No, the song Blinding Lights has been out
Yeah.
for quite some time and has
Yeah.
not
He
dropped.
didn't get a Grammy nom. Dude, that's fucked.
You know
for
what?
single, for
Actually,
live performance, for
You know what?
fucking anything.
It was
Bullshit.
I think it was more. It had to have been like October. I think 2019, and I'm vividly remembering this because I remember that song and Heartless got released together, and they
Blinding
like, were
Lights came out like
popping-
2 weeks before.
or yeah, they got released like very close together,
Yeah.
and they were both really popping off like by Christmas time. I remember like they were starting to get big. I think it was like it had to have been September October time frame of 2019, or the very tail end of summer.
I said, ooh. I like that song. It's a good song.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
Right.
it was
Oh.
November.
November 29th. I'm
Yeah.
a fucking genius.
Okay, so not quite 2 years.
Rumming my
But
motherfucking
it's
check.
been a long time since that song came out. Has not
Yeah.
dropped off a number 1.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And he
That's
didn't get
crazy as hell.
It's crazy
Alright.
as hell. All right. Well, thank you
Fucking
for-
love you, Mom.
tuning in to the episode. We'll see you.
Yeah.
Promise, we gon' go be honest. But girl, you gon' get it regardless. You're flawless.